before we get into today's episode, you guys already know what to do. I shouldn't have to tell you, so get it done. I'm gonna give you a minute to do so. And y'all already know, get what you need to get right now so we can get started. Okay, let's get into it. So today we're gonna be talking about how have the characters in Stranger Things changed. Obviously, besides their physical appearances, they've all changed on more of an intellectual, teen, social level. And I can definitely understand this change because I went through it um a lot. I like to call them phases, you know. Every teen experiences them and goes through these changes. It's a part of life. It's a part of being in high school. That's one thing I can say about high school. Like, high school changes you more than middle school does because you're preparing to grow into an adult. And that's like a huge change that I don't think people really understand. But it's definitely normal to experience, these changes. Like I said, because I've gone through them, and it's not difficult, but it's definitely not easy. One thing I can say as far as for 11 really hasn't changed. The only thing that's really changed is like through the season was like the relationship between 11 and Mike, going through their ups and downs and stuff like that. But I would say oh my god, I can't believe I forgot their names. Um, I know L, Mike, Will. Who Will is a lot. Will. Besides him struggling with the fact of accepting that he likes, boys and stuff, it's definitely like a huge, character thing as well. Um, definitely, definitely is a big aspect of his change within recognizing, his feelings towards Mike. So that's a huge one. Now, Mike honestly has changed more on the attitude side towards, but it's more because, and this is really towards the friendship between Mike and Will. The relationship has changed a lot, and so it made things difficult for Will more because he has feelings for Mike, and Mike can't. I feel like a deep, 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 deep part of him knows, but I guess he doesn't really truly understand. He did call him out in season 3, saying that it's not his fault that he doesn't, like girls and stuff. So, you know, yeah. Lucas and Max's, friendship hasn't really, it hasn't really. It's always been this fling thing that's gone on between these two, so it hasn't really been that big of a deal. But there were some changes, towards the end they started to get closer and stuff like that. Dustin hasn't changed at all. He's still the same goofy, fun, energetic. So Steve, I don't know. Steve, besides the hair, Steve, besides him rekindling some fire between him and Nancy, that's the only thing I can think of. Now, Eddie, oh wow. Eddie definitely brought, season 4 to life. I mean, he was trending all the day. Like, it's not even funny. So I can definitely say his character, his change. I can't really say change. Well, you know what, I can, because he went from being the neighborhood's freak to becoming the brave hero. So yeah, there was a huge change for him, for sacrificing himself. So I can definitely say there was change for that. So yeah, these characters, the main characters that I believe experienced more change were Mike, Will, Lucas, Max, not really Dustin, I guess Steve, and Nancy, of course, between those relationships. Joyce, definitely. Jonathan, Robin, maybe. Eddie, definitely. Erica, kind of. But yeah, Mike has changed. Like, people have called Mike out for like his attitude towards Will. I was like, dang. But it's not like they was lying, because Mike did have like this sort of, attitude towards Will. I don't know. Maybe it's his, you know, dark phase or something. But yeah, they did. A lot of people about talked about that. So yeah, thank you guys for listening in. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, discussing about change and growth and stuff like that. The phases of life, I like to call them. But yeah, thank you for listening in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. You already know what to do. Yeah, bye guys.